Hello again and welcome to March West Junction TMD, and today we're going to have a look at these bargain wagons that I've purchased from the Worley Model Railway Club and from the Stafford Toy Fair. So grab yourself a drink and I hope you enjoy. Okay, we're over at the workbench, and the first thing I want to show you is these two wagons. Now, I purchased these from the Stafford Toy Fair, and they're 21-ton hoppers, unboxed, but they're quite nice wagons. One of them is Hornby, which I think is this one. And this one is a dapple, and the only way I can tell is at the bottom there, that's a little bit wider. As you can see, it's been run a little bit. There's a bit of needs a bit of cleaning on the wheels, but other than that, they're really good wagons. Can't really see anything wrong with them. Now, I paid £4 each for these. They both need a bit of weight. They're very light. And for £4, they're excellent candidates for practicing your weathering on. So cheap and cheerful. And what I'm planning on doing to them is what I did with my other dapple wagons, where I just weather them down a little bit using the weathering techniques. If you're looking on my YouTube channel, it will show you where I've done this to this wagon, so give you an idea of a cheap way, an easy way of weathering as well. So hopefully when it's when they've had a little bit of weathering, they should come out looking like this or this. What I do, I glue some weights inside and I'll fill that full of I don't know, some kind of ballast or coal or something like that, depending on how I'm going to use these. So like I say, there's still bargains out there. You just got to look for them. And remember, when you go to these toy fairs, I know the traders are trying to, have got to make a living, but also they do expect, as I've done stalls myself, that they will get someone that say, what would the price be for a few of them? But the one stall I went to, like I say, you got these for £4. So I just snapped them up straight away, and I thought they're great candidates to do a bit of practice weathering on, like I've done with these. Okay, my next bargain. Now, I purchased this from the Worley Open Day. Twice a year they have an open day, spring one and a summer one. And they have a trade stand which is selling off all different items, and it is an absolute gem of a stand. One thing that was on there was this wagon, and this cost me £2. Now it's I think it's one of those Dune kits. Parkside, is it Parkside and Dune? But I think they're just called Dune now or something, or might be just called Parkside, I'm not sure. Anyone know, just drop it in the comments below. And obviously it's pre-made. I've added a bit of weight to the bottom of it. Now the only issue it had was there was no bearings in, and so I fitted them and put the wheels back in, and it's a nice little wagon. It's got screw link couplings as well, and I think the previous person's fitted metal buffers as well with a bit of ballast load, weathered. And I think for a couple of quid it's a nice little thing to have in a siding. I will be adding a bit more weathering to it, try a bit of my rusty techniques like I did with this wagon, but not as severe. I don't think I'll do it. So, but like I say, shop around and you will see some bargains. It's not all expensive, this hobby. I know it's second hand and it's a kit, but it's something nice to put in a derrick siding or something like that. Okay, the final 3 wagons I want to show you, these 3. Now again, these are from the Stafford show, and one of them, that one is a Dapol, and it's pre-weathered. Like I said again, these are all unboxed. This one, I think it's the Hornby one, with the fitted an imitation coal load inside, and this one is the engineer's Bachmann one, which is a nice little wagon. I have already got one of these, but I thought that I'll pick another one up because I do like the wagons. Now I picked all 3 of these up. I think he was selling them £4 each, but when I says I'll have all 3, he just said give me 10 quid. So not a bad price, £3.33 each, and all of them got the buffers. These 2, I can't find anything wrong with them at all. This one, I found this inside where there's something been put in there before, and there's like a residue of glue left. But that's easy solved, and I'll show you in a bit how I solved that. But as you can see, it has been run. You can see where the wheels need a clean. It's got all these couplings and buffers. And like I say, for 10 quid for the 3, absolute bargains. I mean, this one again, I'll weather it down so it looks like this one, but probably not as bad. A lot of people says, I've got a video on this, how I weathered this wagon, which is so easy. But a lot of people have says that it's overdone. So I'd probably do this one slightly lighter, just so it's, just to see a comparison, what it comes out like. And I do have comments as well, oh, why are you weathering wagons and all that? It's because I want to learn, I want to gain new skills, and buying these bargain wagons, it's a great way of adding skills to your set, but without spending a lot of money or damaging something that you think, oh, that's cost me a fortune. This one is factory weathered, this grain wagon, and as you can see, all they do is just blast over with a bit of brown. So I might have a go at weathering that down. Might be a bit of black on the top as well. So I might have a go at weathering that down using similar techniques with the chalks and that, and while it's wet, get it so it's got a bit of texture to it. Okay, so like I just said in the previous clip, I was going to show you how I just cover this up. Now, top tip for anyone that's modelling, I never throw anything away if I can help it. And when I use scatters, and I suck them up with a vacuum with a stocking cover on it or a cloth cover, I always keep them in little bags. And as you can see, these are mixed. There's a light green, dark green, well, it's a brown really, and a green. There's bits contaminated in that, so I don't put it back in with the fresh items, but I always put it back in these little jiffy bags. You know, there's another one there, that's just some of the branches that I've kept off flowers, and some more that's contaminated other bits, but they come in handy when you're covering up buffer stops and things like that. I even keep, you know, when you have you can buy daffodils, And in the bottom of the box, you get all these little bits of yellow. These are excellent just to, when you do a bit of static grass, you put a bit of layering spray from WWS and then sprinkle these over the top. So it looks like you've got a few little buttercups or something like that, or dandelions growing in your grass. And like I say, it's always worth keeping all these mixed bags. Now, one of them that I've kept is when I do my ballasting around grass. As you can see, there's a bit of mixture of everything. And this is awesome for putting in, you know, those buffer stops you get from Pico, and they've got like a sort of load of ballast in it. Instead of painting it, all I do is glue this in. I'll sprinkle it in and drop a bit of PVA watered down. So to cover this up, all I'm going to do is just open the bag, and then probably best just to sprinkle it in. So sprinkle it in, tap it so it fills the base area. There you go, so it's covered up where all that glue was. And then what I do, I give it a spray, a little bit of water just to wet it down a little bit. And this water is pre-mixed with a drop of washing up liquid, so it helps break down the surface tension. Now, I don't know if you remember when you was a kid, but the cafeterias that I used to go to for my dinner break at school always used to have these sauce and vinegar bottles. So they just basically fill them up with brown sauce or red sauce or even vinegar. Cheap and cheerful bottles. Well, I use this for my ballasting. It is brilliant. There's a mix there of cheap PVA that you get from the supermarket with water mixed at 40% PVA, a little bit of washing up liquid, and a couple of drops of washing up liquid, and the rest is water. And all I do is just let that drip. And as you can see, because I've pre-wet it, it just soaks in, it don't stay on the top. And I just load the wagon up with the contents of the PVA water mix. And then it looks a bit of a mess at the moment, but you just let that dry. And because there's bits of green in it, it's like it's been there a while, and it starts to you know, when you start getting weeds growing in it and stuff like that. And basically you find a lot of the engineers' wagons have all this sort of stuff. And the best place to see an example of that, if you go to Chasewater Railway, which is in just the back end of Brownells in Cannock, they've got some engineers' wagons in one of the sidings, and they've got everything growing out of them, and it's quite interesting to look at. So it's worth checking out that railway as well. It's only a little light railway, but there's quite a lot there. There's a model shop there as well, and there's a museum that's got a second hand in there as well that the members sell. So it's worth checking out. Chasewater Railway in Cannock. It's a nice little place to visit. But also you get some inspiration at the moment. They've got a company there, well, it's a charity that's is doing all the coal wagons. So it's worth checking them out to see the coal wagons. I think they're the only preserved, I think they're HAA, I think they're called, wagons. So it's worth checking them out so you can get some inspiration and some modelling tips on how those wagons look as well, close up. Okay, that brings me to the end of this video. as you can see, there is bargains out there, so don't despair. There's bargains out there. And it helps with the hobby when you can find these bargains, because it encourages other people that haven't got the finances to try and have a go at doing a bit of modelling. Because when you look at this wagon at the front here, I mean, I think they're going for about £16-17 now, the same wagon. So it's worth just checking out your local toy fairs, and especially your local model shops as well. They have some bargains. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope it gives someone out there some encouragement to have a go at doing a bit of weathering, or buying a bargain just to have a go at doing something. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button, as it helps with the algorithm of YouTube. And share with your friends if you think they'd be interested in it as well. If you're new to this channel, then hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so you get notified when I upload my next video. So thank you very much for taking the time to stop by. Please leave a comment if you've got any comments you want to make about the wagons, or if you've got any tips on where you can buy cheap wagons, or even locomotives or rolling stock. And please stay safe, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye for now.